Hi guys, and welcome to the Two Drunk Flings Vodcast. This is our first ever Vodcast, and this will be a monthly thing, so welcome. My name is Liam, also known as the Gaming Numpty, and a Up Me Duck on the NAF website. I'm joined with I'm the sixth, joined with five, can't even count, with five of Blood Bowl's biggest, well, we could say numpties except for Emily. So Emily, introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Emily, also known as Dizzy Bess on Twitch and by my NAF name.
Awesome. And Drew.
Yeah, it's Drucifer77 on the NAF here. And here's Alan.
I'm Alan, Gilly Wonka on the NAF website.
Tom.
I'm Tom. I'm Colossus Thunder on the NAF website, and I'm Liam's Facebook and Instagram bitch.
Colossus Thunder. Oh, hey, Mrs. Drew. And we're also joined with Mike.
Good afternoon, I'm Mike. I'm Dynamite on the NAF website, and I'll soon have a gaming channel, but I don't know what the name will be yet. It'll be something funny.
Awesome. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And hopefully this is going to be a new thing. So I wanted to I'm going to start it off straight up right in there. I wanted to go to a tournament this year, right? And the lockdown is over. We're going straight into the Blood Bowl and tournaments, and everything's just coming up, and everyone's like going, "Oh, I want my ticket, want my ticket." I mean, a NAF's at 250 people, I think, and we've got like Thrud sold out, and then released more tickets, and then it's sold out again, and everyone's just getting tickets, and it's going mental. But right, I'm going to Thrud, and I've just found out that if I pick a stunty team, Halflings, pick my my combo, which I've been working on for a long time, which is Griff and Carla. Beautiful combo for the Halflings. They are no longer classed as stunty if you have Griff and Carla in their rule pack. Now, we've noticed that there's a lot of tournaments doing that, saying that you are not classed as a stunty team, or you can't take all the star players. What is your guys' opinion on not being able to take star players to a tournament? Because I'm fucking livid. Yeah, I'm fucking,
right.
I am livid. Like, no joke.
Just to play devil's advocate, do you consider the new Orc team to be a stunty team?
The new Orc team?
Yep, 6 Orcs and a whole load of Goblins. Is it a stunty or is it not a stunty?
It is not a stunty.
Alright, so you've got your Halfling team, you've got 2 trees, 2 non-stunties. That's 4 non-stunties. The Orc team's 6 non-stunties. There's not a big difference between them. If you look at the Snotling team, you've got 2 pump wagons, 2 trolls. Throw 2 non-stunty star players in there, you've got 6 non-stunty players, same as the basic Orc team. So I can kind of see the point. If you want to play stunties, play stunties. But if you want to play stunties and fill them with non-stunty players, then it's not going to be a stunty team anymore.
That
I think
makes sense. Thank you very much.
The other thing I'd say is you've got previously when I play Goblins, the star players that I pick are Fungus, Bomber, the Pogo guy, who is no longer a star player for the Goblins anymore. I tend to pick stunty star players. I don't take non-stunty star players with them. So what I think that these tournaments should do is say, look, if you pick a stunty star player, you stay stunty, you go full size, you're not stunty anymore. And in the 2020 rule pack, which I don't love yet, to be honest, a lot of the star players are cheaper and considerably better. And I think if you get a cheap team, pad them out with star players, you're going to get a big bonus over the people that just take like your core positionals.
Well, that's good. I think that has clarified my question, because I mean, I was expecting a massive argument from it, but no, that didn't, and it makes sense. That does make sense.
But so then that means that any team that's stunty, that because you already have 2 big guys in most stunty teams, like with the trolls or whatever, the goblins and things.
Yeah.
So then as soon as you put Hack Flem in or anything that's slightly larger, then every team that's stunty should then not be stunty. Is that what they're grading it as? Is that what they're essentially saying?
They're grading it as Griff and Carla are like you can have. They're saying that like a stunted team will have 2 strength 5s or more players, just 2 star players with just strength 5 or more, right? But which is fair. But then any of the new, so like you could take Morg and Deeproot. You can take Morg and Deeproot, but you can't take Carla and Griff. You could take Carla and Deeproot, but you can't take. Like it's you need to see the tier system. It's really messed up and mixed up because they don't want you to. Basically, they're stopping people like me or like anyone else taking hack phlegm. Or take it like hack phlegm on goblins is disgusting. Hack phlegm on ogres is disgusting. Hack phlegm is disgusting. Yet he's going to be put out there, and everyone's going to do it because if you've got hack phlegm with snotlings, you've got a movement. What movement 9 is edge 4. He's just like well, he's edge 5 technically. He's got 2 heads. He's in and out. Is just nuts. You've got a ball carrier that can run up and down the pitch. You've got all those snotlings on the pitch. You've got all that chaos on the pitch with one of the best ball carriers in the game. Makes snotlings disgustingly good. And then Griff and Carla are nasty. Everyone got so pissed off with Zara and Carla. This combo is even worse. It's bad. But to me, as a halfling coach, it's beautiful. It's just insane.
One of the things that I've always liked about Blood Bowl is the fact that it's intentionally unbalanced, and you see some weird lists. So, like I went to Water Bowl last year, took dwarves because I'm a bad person, and sacked off all the skills, just gave everyone Mighty Blow, and got the most violent trophy. I was delighted, had a great time. But you
Most hated trophy.
the more tournaments you go to, the more weird mixes of teams you see. And like at the World Cup, then we saw some weird builds of people that were like, you know, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to just have fun with it. But with the 2020 rule set coming out and star players being so good, what I think you're going to get is a really quick meta of this is the team I'm taking, and everyone that plays that same race is going to pick exactly the same team because Griff's so good, because Hackflem's so good. You were going to see Hackflem on 95% of Goblin teams because he's so overpowered.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of the tournament organisers are going to say we're not seeing 20 races, we're seeing 20 different teams, and they're all the same. Every Goblin team's going to be the same. Every Halfling team's going to be the same. And I think it's the stunty teams that will pick up these star players and use them exactly the same way in every build, and I think it's going to get pretty tiresome. And the reason we all like playing the stunty teams is because we want to do something a bit different. We want to have a bit of a challenge. But I think what we're going to see is every halfling coach playing the same team, every goblin coach playing the same team, and I think it's going to get a bit tiresome. So maybe that's why the organisers have done it.
I think also if you get somebody who takes a halfling team without those star players and just does want to play them the fun way, like you know, without those star players and play them as they would usually, then I think that would also add another level of unfairness.
I think, but then they should be rewarded by being the stunty team and getting the stunty cup.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got Sin City coming up. I don't know if people know it, but we have got sold over 100 tickets. It is when it does happen, and everyone turns up, we will be the world's biggest one dayer.
I've got all the freebie ball tokens that we're giving out just over there.
We've got this. I've got 3 boxes I've had in my fucking wardrobe for nearly a year, nearly a year and a half, just full of Blood Bowl stuff that I've just been trying to. What's that?
That's the staff of Nuffle, which is going to be a prize. It's currently holding my work pass.
I like that. That's brilliant. Actually, I tell you what. While we're on the talk of, I tell you, before we get on to that, I'll just explain mine, and then we'll talk about Sin City because that is something I do want to talk about as well. So, we do have in our roster builder, we have done it in a way where we have let people have the star players, and we've give them the option to build the team. So, because the new rules are, nobody really knows what the new rules properly or what are going to be, like what the meta is going to be, or what people are going to be doing at tournament. So what we've done at Sin City is done tier 3 teams get 1.2, tier 2 teams get 1.5, and tier 1 teams get 1,100, and then you buy your skills on top of that. So that way you're buying your skills, you're buying your stars, and you don't really have that much money left over to build whatever you want. So that's how we've got around it. So I'm looking forward to it. Apparently, someone has already been a dick. I'm not going to say who, but you are a fucking dick, and I'm going to tell you that you are a dick. And when I see you at the Sin City, I'm going to call you a dick, and I'm going to call you out and call you a dick because the guy's gone out and done all linemen and then just done his team up.
Is it Amazon's?
And I think you fucking power gaming knobsack. Like, and I
Is
hope
it- is
you
it-
lose.
Is it Amazon's where he's all linemen, he gives everybody block?
I'm
So
not
every
ever-
player's a blodger.
I'm not going to say any more, but when you go up against this guy who's done all linemen, you're a douche, man. Like, come on. Like, yeah. But good on
Yeah.
him for figuring it out to say that's actually quite cool. He's actually built a team that is perfect for him. So, but you are a dick. And I've told him, I have called him a dick, and he knows that I've called him a dick, and I keep sending him dick pics just to, just saying like, you're a dick, you shouldn't do that, but he's gonna do it just to wind me up. So yeah, but there is that anyway. But I hope people don't listen to this and then go, oh, I know what I'm doing there, and then we have loads of linemen. Yeah,
You realise
I
that's
can't
how
even
it
cut
goes.
this either.
I'm bringing dwarfs then.
Yeah.
If we're all going to be dicks, I'm bringing dwarfs.
Yeah, there is going to be the odd dick. So Drew,
But just
Alan,
blockers.
while we talk about Sin City, please tell everybody what we can get excited about and what have we got coming into Sin City.
So, Alan in drag is going to be
That is one good thing.
keeping it half-mast all day. We've got the potentially the Nuffle Wheel of Misfortune, although it was written for the 2016 rules, so I don't know if that's still going to go ahead anymore. We've got free ball tokens for everybody that comes along with the Sin City logo on. It's like a poker chip type ball. We've got the Nuffle stuff of something, which is going to be a prize. We've got. Do you remember the Blood Bowl comic books, which have rapidly become quite an expensive collector's item?
Yes.
We've
Seen
got
on
a
eBay, yeah.
mint, yeah, they're pricey. We've got a mint condition full set of those to give away. Geez, what else have we got?
We've got some original Peter Niftons to give away. We've got,
Just to clarify, that is the artwork. We haven't captured Peter Nifton, and we're going to sell him to slavery.
Yeah. But we have got artwork. I've actually got a couple of pieces here which we're going to be giving away. We've got some artwork from Pedro Ramos, which is
Oh, I like his work.
so we're going to get in that. We have got teams from Grebo. We've got teams from Punga. We've got counters and carry cases from Star Player. We've got carry cases from KS Multi Cases. We've got things from Florida Bowl. We've got things from Tyrant Payton. We've got things from. We have got everything, and it's
Got dice from leagues
Dice.
from all over the world. Got loads
Dice.
of dice.
yeah.
The pile of prizes is better than any tournament I've seen.
Yeah,
It's impressive.
it is. Yeah. The hall is massive, and it's like it's sitting there. I've got a Punga Pirates team in my box, in my wardrobe. I'm like,
God, I want
do I
that.
just paint that up and then put that there? What I don't know. So yeah, and the trophies are done by Black Hawk Down.
Everything they do is incredible.
I know.
Whenever they do, like
Trophies are
they did some glow in the dark dice recently.
Yeah.
They were fucking
Yeah.
lovely as well.
Yeah, they're coming out. But we got this is so for Sin City we have the best dressed. Best dressed will be whoever it is. Like obviously it's Vegas. Whoever gets it, the trophy is the best trophy out of everything because I'm trying to force people to dress up. Yeah, so the trophy is the best trophy out in the whole tournament. It's even better than the first prize trophy. It is a wooden 2 Drunk Flings hand burnt mug that is like a proper wooden tankard, and it's just insane. It's lovely, and so yeah, best dressed. You want to, I'd go all out because.
So when I win that for going in drag and shaving my legs,
Are you actually shaving your legs?
I'm going to shave my legs.
Are you having a bit of Brazilian? When Drew and Joe won
Don't
it.
remind
Yeah,
me of
was
that
good.
day. That was a horrible day. I don't want to remember that
Oh, yeah.
day.
I
Just
love
remind-
that. That
Did
is
you
so
get drunk?
That
good.
was
Cool.
the National Elf Service
That's-
where we played Dark Elves and Wood Elves.
And you guys won. So you won some nice stuff for getting that as well, didn't you?
Yeah, and we came second at the tournament because I beat Mike 7-1.
7-1.
I felt
I
that
love
coming
that.
a minute away.
It was a good tournament and really good food as well. We should use the same caterer.
Yeah, it was all good. Oh,
I'll put something out there because this year I wasn't going to play. I was going to be responsible for PA, microphone, everything like that. So I'd had two ideas. Either we do a playlist of songs and people suggest songs that they want to be on the playlist, or the other idea was we just put our podcast episodes on back to back.
Yeah, I think for licensing rules and music laws, we can only put our podcast on. So yeah, we won't be able to.
Oh,
play
that sounds
music.
good.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got to do a playlist of the podcast.
So yeah, because
I've got to get a day's
It's like Tom. I can't. You keep cutting out, buddy.
Oh, okay.
I've got a question about SimCity. Going back to the star players type thing, is it just the ones Games Workshop they're letting us use? Or are we going to have rules for the old star players that GW have?
What in our rules?
Yeah,
in our rules, no, it is just the new BB 2020 rules, and nothing. 2016 can fuck off. It's gone. I'm not having it. No, I'm not having this. I'm not having this between things. Like I like this bit of 2016, and I like this bit. No bollocks. It's 2020. That's what we're using by 2016, and I will actually. Won't be going to tournaments that are using BB 2016, just so that you know. Because, except for Euroball. Except for Euroball. Well, what's the point? I'm practicing and learning. I don't need to learn the new old Blood Bowl stuff, and I want to learn the new Blood Bowl stuff. I want to play the new Blood Bowl stuff. I don't want to go back.
Has the NAF done rules for other star players yet? Because I'm fine with the 2020 rules. I've come to terms with the fact that that is the new rule set. But I've got a load of star players that I prefer to the ones that GW have given us rules for just because they've made models for. So it's a shame that they've all been.
It's like the Blood Bowl community thing. I've made my own character and chose their characteristics. What do you think? And then it's like strength 8 and movement 20 and.
Yeah, I've done this team for Stormcast. Can I get some feedback? Everyone's like, it's shit. We hate you more than anything in the world. Stop it.
Please stop. If anybody's watching this, stop making Stormcast Blood Bowl miniature
and Space Marine ones. I don't want to see in this fucking Space Marine.
Bolt gun.
Fucking Space Marine Blood Bowl team. It'd be alright if it was like Speedball.
I hit on a 2+ with a rocket launcher.
Imagine it. Oh, no way. But yeah, SimCity is coming. It is on August bank holiday. We are sold out, but if you want to be on the reserve list, please message us. The reserve list is pretty high. We're on a 32 waiting list with 100 coaches going, and it's going to be a busy day. No drinking the night before for me.
I should check. I'm playing, not helping out, right?
You are completely helping out. None of you guys will be.
Yeah.
Tom, are you going?
I can't come.
Yeah.
I'm coming. I didn't think I was playing. That's fine.
Yeah, you can play if you want. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm still organising quite a lot. The work that's gone into it.
Why does he get to play?
Why did you?
I want to play.
Well, we can all play. It doesn't matter.
Don't want to play.
God, you were so easy.
Yeah, Alan's not playing because the last tournament we did, right? Alan was trying to win everything. Like he was going, we've got a shout out. We've got some block dice. Whoever does the first pow, I was like, I put the pow. Give me those dice. It's like Alan, you're just filling in for somebody. He's like, give me those dice. I won.
And then
getting into
it was like the first foul, first failed foul. I won that as well.
Yeah. And then after I was like, I've just given Alan loads of shit for free. And I'm like, it's his tournament. I didn't even click onto it. Oh.
Yeah, but I put it back on the table after, so you gave it away anyway.
Yeah, that is true. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. And what's the next tournament we're going to? It's Water Bowl. I think that is the
Water Bowl.
Is that April?
July.
June?
July.
I'm pretty sure it's July.
Yeah, it's UKTC that's in April, I think.
That's next year.
UKTC is not. It's next April.
So next year. Okay,
yeah. So Emily, you're going to the UKTC for the first time.
I am. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Who is in your team? Because I've seen all the images and the pictures of you guys, and Tom's on there as well.
Tom's in the team. Chris from Black Hawk Down, and oh god, my brain's just gone completely.
I'm gonna wait until you get it.
Yeah, so am I. We're gonna sit here. I would spend this whole episode waiting for you
Come
to
on.
figure it
Oh
out.
my
Let's
God.
see.
Begins with D.
Terrible.
No, don't help her. Let's see how long it takes.
Dan, it's Dan.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I am awful at names. I supposedly a teacher. I never get the names until like 3 weeks in. I'm horrible.
When you're a teacher, do you like look at them and go, "Oh, that's Fatso 1, that's Fatso 2, that's Spotty Fatso, that's
No.
Sweaty Spotty Fatso, that's what I do with
You
you
just
guys."
go through all the
I've
nicknames you
I've
had at
just
school,
talked
Ian.
about all of you like there. That's the stoner. That's stoner. That's belly button. That's,
No, you-
It's all based on how naughty the child is. When
That's
I
shiny
work
head.
at school.
yeah,
Good
that's
shiny head
literally
over
it.
there.
That you remember the naughtiest kids first.
yeah,
And you remember the ones that fart as well?
it's the smelly
Yeah.
kids,
Which
isn't
one's
it? They're the
funny?
ones that you
You're right.
remember. Oh, I remember that kid. He stunk. They're the kids that you remember. The smelly kids. Alan was a smelly kid. I can
wasn't a
picture it.
smelly.
Oh,
I bet you had all your food down your top, and you sit there and go to like the tuck shop, and like you'd go, "Oh, miss, can I go to the
Mate.
toilet?" And you'd run to the tuck shop and just chuck a Mars
Mate.
bar down.
I was skinny as fuck at school.
You were as well.
I was skinny as fuck. I'll send the picture to the
were you
group.
busting a Wu-Tang hoodie?
I wasn't
Alan-
busting a Wu-Tang hoodie. I was busting a WWF wrestling t-shirt.
Oh,
And Alan was
my
the
days.
guy in the playground that used to just go around giving people dead legs. You know that? He was the one that used to come up and just go, dead leg! And then run off again.
Sit there writing and all your sort of Chinese bird. Like, "Ah!" Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you can. Sorry, Emily. Yeah, so your team is going to the UKTC, which is a tournament which is they've put out that you're not allowed to take star players.
At all.
It looks
Yeah,
like it.
you-
Yeah, no star players. Yeah,
no star players.
I like it.
I'll be
yeah.
then.
That's their rules. I'm happy to go by that. I mean,
That's
a lot of people did get mardy with it, and that's why I wanted to bring it up again because it's another tournament. But everyone's getting mardy. But the UKTC is a competitive tournament. It's not like your Sin Cities where we go in there, we try and see some funny builds, we have a bit of fun. It's not like that. The UKTC is a serious competitive tournament.
there's going to be a
Well,
lot
I'm
of
screwed then.
there's going to be a lot of elf teams and high expensive teams because if you can't get star players, like I've never bought a star player because I've always used elf teams and you can never afford them. So you're just going to end up with a certain group of teams. I would have thought.
I think that's a really good decision for a competitive tournament because I think the star players are way better than they used to be, and I don't think they really, to be honest, add anything to the game. They're just very expensive to buy, and Games Workshop knows that the more star players they sell, the more profits they get, and I think they've
Oh, it's
introduced the
£20 a
same
month.
kind. I think they've introduced a kind of power creep to Blood Bowl that wasn't there before, and we've seen it with 40k and Warhammer and Age of Sigmar. And I think a lot of people are probably a bit ticked off with that aspect of the 2020 because it adds nothing to the game. It doesn't make Blood Bowl better having these overpowered star players. It's due to very much focusing on what they think. They're writing the rules to sell more models at the expense of the game. I think the UKTC has taken a very sensible line and said, look, we need to make these games fairer for everybody and not have these too cheap, overpowered players that are potentially going to ruin it a little bit. Happy to be corrected because I've not played a lot of the 2020 rules, but that's how I see it.
But this is the thing. It's like I'm sitting here and I'm going, I agree, because it sounds like I'm contradicting myself now because I'm going, well, at the first I was pissed off, but with tournaments like the UKTC or Euro Bowl or the NAF FC, I mean, I agree with them because they are competitive tournaments. I mean, I would only take halflings and stuff like that to tournaments that I've took them everywhere. But like now, I'm actually quite happy with it because it's forced me to actually pick a team that's good. It's actually I tell you what, I want if I can't do anything with my stunty team or anything like that and have a bit, if I'm going to go to tournaments, I'm going to try now. So it's made me go out and I've got a new team, which I'm going to be practicing quite a lot with. So yeah, quite happy with it. I'm quite happy with that they've done that because it's kind of forced me to say, come on, Liam, step up your game a little bit now.
When you go to stuff like
grow up, you twat.
When you go to
What
stuff like
happens then-
UKTC and it's like really competitive, do you find stunty teams, goblin teams, the lesser teams there, or is
Honestly,
it just more your elite
I've
teams?
never taken a stunty team to UKTC, and I've been to every UKTC. I've always
Do you
taken...
know anyone who has?
Yeah, and one person did, and he won the stunty. And a couple of years, people haven't even taken stunties. So last year was the only, not last year, the year before was the only time someone took stunties, and they got demolished. Like,
I'd love to see the number of people who take like dark elves and undead, and I'd love to see the breakdown of teams from that.
I had a day at the UKTC, and I played nothing but elves. I played Necro against Wood Elves, Dark Elves, and High Elves, all on the same day.
Yeah, it's pretty much, that's the UKTC pretty much all over. It's like, I was undead and I played like Lizard Men, Amazon, Dark Elves, and I think I played 3 Orc teams. I think it was something, I think it was something ridiculous like that.
I think Nurgle was the highest team when I last went to the UKTC.
Yeah, are you going next year?
I'm going to be going.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm
going
on Jamie's team.
Wow, yeah, that's a good team. Who are you taking, Emily, to the UKTC?
I'm thinking Dark Elves, actually. They were the first team I ever played tabletop, and so they're the ones I'm most comfortable with playing tabletop.
Best way to be.
And because obviously going into 2020 rules, some teams have changed drastically, and so that's a whole other. I've not played them tabletop, and there's new rules to think. So I just thought, go with what I know and what's going to be the easiest for me to make the changes and pick up new.
And I think it's a good choice because they haven't got worse with the new rules as well.
Yeah,
I totally agree. I think that's awesome. I think I'm going to put that out there and say to Alan as well, and say, don't go stupid and take halflings, because you're just going to have a bad weekend of just getting destroyed. At least
take the bloody Norse.
Take your Norse, exactly. Take Norse.
I was going to take halflings. And it'll be like my 3rd tournament ever I've been to as well. So
if you take
halflings, I didn't realise it was that competitive. So I'm just going to get destroyed.
Yeah, it's very competitive. And
do you want the spoon? Is that what you're going for?
I think
it's that competitive. I don't even think they give you a spoon. I don't even think. I think they don't even give you a spoon because they don't want to celebrate someone coming last. I can't remember seeing a spoon there.
I think this will be I think I'm planning. That's my 3rd ever tournament at that point. Sin City would have been the 2nd. Water Bowl would have been my 1st, and unless I play another one, that's my 3rd ever tournament.
You need to get
I'm going to be playing that
before that sells out.
And I've got halflings.
Do you know what? If you want to play halflings, play halflings. I've been to the UKTC the last 2 or 3 years. Always had a really good time. I played with J-Bone, who takes it all quite seriously. I was on his team, and he was not sure whether he wanted me to come along because he thought I was shit at Blood Bowl, and I was the best performer on the team, as that happens, because he was rubbish. But even if you have people that take it seriously, you'll have a really good laugh. And I think if you're going to take stunty, just discuss it with your team first and say, do you mind if I drag the team down a little bit? And if everyone goes, yeah, no, that's cool, then it's fine. I went with Dan Atherton as well, and Dan's a really good Blood Bowl player, but he had the fucking worst luck. It was, I think, on the 4th or 5th game of the weekend that he got like his first star player points, or like he'd done an injury or scored a touchdown or completed a pass, and we just popped open a bottle of champagne at the table to celebrate. But the first day, it was awful. He just had the worst, shittiest luck. But he was playing elves, so he deserved it.
Of course.
I do have dwarves. I mean, chaos dwarves, and I do have wood elves as well. But I still think I'm going to suck regardless. So I think if I have halflings, at least I'd have an excuse.
I think as long as your team doesn't mind, play halflings. But one of the rules is you can't take the same race twice on a team. So you need to discuss with your teammates what everybody's taking.
Out, hadn't we? We'd worked out.
We've worked out roughly what everyone's got, but we've still got quite a while to fully settle that in. So we currently have 4 different teams, but that could, if you do change your mind on halflings, then I don't think anyone said they didn't want you to do halflings. So
no, they all seem quite chilled. Thankfully,
this is kind of why I want to try a lesser team, because I've only ever done like middle to top tier teams. I think With Blood Bowl, the team you pick actually automatically manages your expectations. Every time you guys go in with a Goblin team or a Halfling team or whatever, you guys are not expecting to win. You're going to have a laugh. And it completely changes your mindset. Whereas I've only ever played with what I consider to be competitive teams, and then I lose and I get pissed off because you're expecting to do well. And
when I played Halflings, I went in with 2 goals. One was to try and do a 1-turn touchdown if I possibly could, and the second one was just to throw as many Halflings as I could. Like, if you go in with that kind of goal in mind, rather than I'm going to definitely win this, then you're going to have fun regardless. And if you do win, oh my god, that's amazing. That's the best thing that I could have.
Well, you see, that's the theory.
Amazing.
That's the theory, and this is the whole thing. Well, this is why we started this podcast. This was the whole basis of this podcast, and it was to turn around and say, if I played the worst team in Blood Bowl, because at the time it was Halflings, if I played the worst team, how good would I get? And now it's all going to be in place where I'm going to be using a competitive team, and I'm going to be, testing the water kind of thing. But using Halflings, it's actually taught me how not to get pissed off in Blood Bowl, which is 100% the most important thing in Blood Bowl, is not get pissed off. Because you can always win at turn 16, and I've learned that with Halflings. You can always win. Even if I've been 3-0 down with Halflings against Wood Elves thinking, what the fuck? And I didn't. I sat there and went, no, I'm going to win this guy. And I beat him 4-3. I mean, that doesn't happen unless... If I just gave up, I gave up, whatever, yeah, I've lost because I gave up. But you can win, and that's what Blood Bowl does. And that's
I've played people in the past, and they've had like a perfectly good team, and they've got tilted like early doors. I've scored or like got a few knockouts, whatever, and you can tell that their mind's turned off because they've had this negative emotional reaction to the game. And I've just been like, well, that's fucking brilliant. I'm turn 3, I've already won. But,
You're not playing the game, you're playing the player.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work, just fucking punch him in the face.
I remember the exact game you're talking about.
It wasn't a 7-1. It was when I was playing vampires against Chorps, and the guy was like, "Oh, vampires are so overpowered, I can't beat you." And I was like, "Huh." I scored like an early touchdown, and I beat a Chaos Dwarf team like 4-0, I think. But like mentally, he got defeated early doors. Again, talking of vampires, I planned to play vampires this season at the DBBL because I'd really started to like playing them. I really enjoyed playing at Strangle Ball, which is a great tournament. Did well, 2 wins and a loss, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to season of Vamps. And then the new 2020 rules came out, and I know this has been discussed a lot on the BBC, and I'm hoping that Games Workshop will be releasing their own vampire team because they've got the Cursed City coming out soon, which looks incredible, and I should be getting it for my birthday. They've got new vampire models for AOS, some of which are great, some of which are a bit wank. So I'm hoping they're going to coincide that with the vampire team for Blood Bowl and give us some proper rules rather than the animal savagery.
Do you not think it's suspicious that they have changed the animosity from Bloodlust? That Bloodlust is no longer a thing. Do you not think that they're going to be releasing a new player, new site? Like,
I hope so, and I hope it'll be soon. But I don't know. Games Workshop make some odd decisions. It's a team they haven't released recently since 2016. So they didn't give a monkeys about it. They were like, well, this isn't going to make us any money, so they won't bother putting in a rule. I hope that they're going to do a classic team justice, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. My favourite vampire team is the Undead Pirates team, which is on the Fumble, I think it's the Secret Team roster. It's really good. You play the Vampire Lord, a couple of Undead Trolls, some skeletons and some zombies. So superb team for their secret leagues. And then Punga made their beautiful undead vampire pirates. But then GW have effectively killed the team by giving them animal savagery. Has anyone actually played them since the new rules came out?
No.
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 Has anybody got any intention of playing them since the new rules came out?
When the new team comes out, I guarantee that at least 3 of us will be saying I'm going Vamps.
Do you know what? If they fix the rules, I will, because I want to play them more. But with the animal savagery, when you can't move a vampire unless you, 50% of the time, it's
bad.
stupid. Yeah, really bad.
Yeah.
This-
They are the worst team in Blood Bowl at the moment. Like,
Yeah.
This
by
kind
a
of
long shot.
this kind of segues into my question actually. Right, so for everybody, we'll go around everybody. You're GW CEO for 1 hour, and in that hour, you have time to change one thing about Blood Bowl. What is it? Start with you, Liam.
Oh man, the list's endless. But it's also,
You got to pick one, just one. You only get time for one.
if I was going to change one thing in Blood Bowl, would have changed the stuff that I wanted to. I would take Blitz off the kickoff table 100% and not have Blitz. It doesn't happen in American football. It doesn't happen anywhere. It's against the rule. It's just a pointless. It's bullshit. And even with the D3+3 or whatever, it's just still nonsense. That's what I do. Small, simple, and fuck off Blitz. Hate you. Yeah, that's me.
Emily,
Oh,
do you want me to come back to you?
no, I think I have an answer, which is I would look at like the models themselves, opening them up a little bit more, because they have the one set for the teams, but they're not very.
It's not the ideal team build.
It's not the ideal team, but also it's as a female, there's Amazons as the only female team. So, looking at the other teams as well, I would, just to make it a bit more options with what you go for with the teams, and also the actual boxes themselves having enough players in them. Because for Dark Elves, I like to take 4 blitzers, but there are 3 blitzers in the box.
There's 2 blitzers in the box.
There's 2.
2 blitzers.
Yeah.
There's 2 blitzers in the box. So it's having a bit more variety in the actual models themselves.
Do you know what? I agree. I think that's something that's really easy to fix. I think it's an intentional decision by Games Workshop to try and get people to buy 2 boxes.
Yeah.
I got the Swift Twins to use as my extra 2 Dark Elf blitzers, and they're really nice models. Talking about like the lady teams, I like how there's ladies on the Dark Elf team. I don't like how there's ladies on the new Imperial Nobility team. Like normally, I'm all for inclusiveness, but I converted mine, and now they've all got beards. So a couple of them have got beards and tits, which is something that I didn't know what I was into.
In the world of Blood Bowl, it happens.
So it's misses.
I was like, nice. What would I change? For me, the big thing about Games Workshop is they are. I don't think they're a company that's driven by quality anymore. I think they're entirely driven by the bottom line, which shows in how well their share price is doing. Their investors must be delighted. But I constantly see the decisions they make that aren't good for the game. They're just good for selling models, and it's a shame because I don't think they always used to be like that. But for me, everything they make is money orientated, and I'd like some of their decision making to change.
So you'd like to change their entire philosophy of business, basically.
Yeah, that's it.
That's perfect.
I'd like to see them not seeing. I'd like to see them have an opportunity, go, oh, that's a cash cow that we can milk over there, and then just for a change, not take it. The reason I play Warhammer Fantasy Battle a little bit is because Games Workshop don't support it anymore, and it's basically run by the fans, just like Blood Bowl was during the 10 years or so that GW wasn't interested. Honestly, I think it's better. Thanks, Games Workshop, for making great models. That is the extent of the involvement I'd like from Games Workshop. I think companies like Grebo, Punga, Black Hawk Down, and the individual league runners and the tournament runners, add way more to Blood Bowl than Games Workshop does, and I don't really care for the 2020 rule set because there's so much of the stuff I think in there doesn't need to be. It doesn't add anything to the game. I think it detracts from the game. And Games Workshop's just done it to milk the Blood Bowl cash cow a bit more. Saying that, the new box set was pretty lovely.
It was.
I love the artwork they've done. I think Games Workshop's got some incredible people working for them, awesome artists, great sculptors, people that really love what they do. But I think the business model at the heart of Games Workshop is rotten to the core.
Yeah, but there you go. And,
So,
and honesty is always the best thing, Drew, in all cases. Especially.
Unless you've committed a crime, then just don't tell anyone.
Exactly. So we are going to stop it there because if you guys
wait, I want to know what Alan would change.
Well, you're gonna. If you want to know what Alan's going to say, if you guys want to know what Alan's going to say, you guys need to stay tuned and go straight over to Part 2, which is also on our channel, which is just down below. So please just go and listen to Part 2 and see what Alan and Tom has to say. We just want I want to thank you guys for joining me, and for the Vodcast. This is our first ever episode. Episode 2 is down below now. Thank you very much, and thank you guys for joining me. So take Part 2 down below.
See you in a bit.